So on this episode of Riverbanks, we're going to talk about Pennington Creek. It's my favorite water source here in Johnston County, and we're going to talk about, like, currently we're in a exceptional drought, and we haven't had a quarter-inch of rain in over 47 days, and it was like 67 days before we got that little bit of rain. So we're going to talk about Pennington Creek. We're going to start at the headwaters and make our way down to the mouth of the creek where it flows into the Cumberland Pool of Lake Texoma, just south of Tishomingo. And just going to talk a little bit about the history and whatever may pop up along the way. But we're going to show you Pennington Creek from start to finish. Okay, so this draw that goes back that way is where Pennington Creek kind of starts, and it makes its way south towards Tishomingo, Reagan, and points beyond. So this is where, I mean, it doesn't look like much. I mean, it doesn't look like any water flows here at all, but this is it. So we're going to make our way down, and I'll show you some other spots. So this is the second stop. This is on Murray Road, and as you can see, there's at least a creek channel here, so, but no water. Pretty cool bridge. You can see the windmills off to the way. But so Pennington Creek goes about 32 miles from where it dumps in to where we started at. But this is the beginning of Pennington Creek. Alright, like I said before, we're in an exceptional drought, and there is no water flowing down Pennington Creek. Now this is on Stenton Road, north of Mill Creek, and I mean, there's no water in it. Really cool bridge. Last time I was up here was 2 years ago, and there was water in the creek. So, kind of sucks. But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna head down to Bellwood and see if there's any water there. And then we're going to head on down to Reagan by the fish hatchery. Alright, on our trek, trekking Pennington Creek, it actually starts in Pontotoc County. But this, look at this. Last time I was here, this thing was side to side with water. And, I mean, beautiful creek bed, no water. This is what they call one-arm bridge. There was a guy driving down the road, had a wreck. Check out that cool old tree. Had a wreck and lost his arm on this bridge. I don't know if it's this bridge, because this one's newer. They had to rebuild this because an 18-wheeler fell off here. But the story I was told, he come down and he hit the bridge and lost his arm, and that's why they call it one-arm bridge. Look at those cool trees. This is just a beautiful. I'm excited. I'm finally seeing water in Pennington Creek. So now we're on Spring Creek Road, and look, there is water in the creek. That is a good sight to see, because I mean, we weren't but maybe 3-4 miles that way, and then this thing's completely full of water. Looks like got some fish and turtles. Pennington Creek also was home to a lot of outlaws and bandits. Bell Star has a cabin further down. We're gonna try to get closer to it. We can't see it anymore because it's part of Devil's Den. But that's a good shot right there. Okay, we made it to Reagan, Tishomingo National Fish Hatchery. And here you can see a couple of their ponds, which are, there's no water in those. There's a little walk bridge here, and we're gonna go a little bit further up, see how much water's in here. Red horse suckers swimming over there, a whole school of them. At least there's water in the creek. At least there's water in the creek here. And this is where, just down from here, I'll show you where they measure it from. So, but sure is pretty though. Whoa. Ooh, look at that snake skin. Sure is.
It sure is.
Big boy.
Big
Sure it's a snake skin, or is it a dead rattlesnake?
I don't know. It's probably a dead rattlesnake.
That's what it looks like.
That's exactly what it looks.
Like.
Probably swallowed a catfish and
So the cat
got hung. Maybe.
maybe it's a catfish.
Whatever it was,
It was.
Yep.
Come on, Daddy.
So this is the Pennington Creek Bridge at Reagan on Highway 7. And if you see these pipes, comes up and comes over, that is where we get our reading from the creek level, the flow. So that little box, I guess it's got like a photo eye on it. But a whole bunch of little fish in there swimming.
Let's take a look.
Some lily pads. But we're gonna make our way down to Reagan Road, where Pennington Creek actually crosses the low water crossing there. It's really pretty. So, motor it on. This is Pennington Creek Road, and here's like part of the old slab. You can see, very scenic, very beautiful. So here you can actually see how much water is flowing down Pennington. And in my opinion, this is the beginning of some of the most beautiful rock formations in Johnston County along this creek between here and Tishomingo. You've got Slippery Falls Creek is a Boy Scout camp further down. I see somebody up there fishing, it looks like. And then we have Camp Bond that is a few miles upstream from here. It's a church camp. So beautiful creek. And I learned to swim just down the road. We're going to stop and look at that. It's private property now. You can't really get in there, but my grandpa used to bring me up there back in the day, and that's where I first learned to swim. You can see I'm wearing the Okie on the Fly shirt. My buddy Josh, he's got these. You can look him up on Facebook. I don't remember the cost, but really nice shirt, Okie on the Fly. So this is the old Pennington Creek Dam. I think this is the one that's more famous. There's another dam about a mile up. That's where Tishomingo gets their water from. And typically everything that's moss covered usually has water coming across it. And what you see is what you get right now. That's not a whole lot of flow coming across the dam. So we're going to go ahead and make our way down to a few more bridges, and then we're going to end up at Tishomingo National Wildlife Refuge. So we were talking, and there is another way, a slab further up, but that's at Devil's Den. That's where Bell Star Cabin is. That's about 3 or 4 miles north of Tishomingo. And beautiful rock formations. I mean, that place is absolutely gorgeous. But then this is pretty much almost the end of some of the rocks, the granites. Down here by the old highway bridge, there's a few more, and then that's about the end. So we're just going to keep making our way, and I'll try to keep telling you a little bit of history about everything. This is a great place to swim. This is one of the top 10 places in Tishomingo to swim, or not Tishomingo, in Oklahoma. And I mean, it's just a beautiful scenic little creek. So good place. We're going to make our way further down. So here we are at Pennington Creek Park, down from the old highway bridge, which is further downstream from the dam that we went to. And this is the other photo eye. Oh, check out the praying mantis. Now there's the photo eye. So that tells us what our flow and stuff is. So right here, there's a little creek called Good Springs. It's a spring that comes out of the ground. And on the Trail of Tears, this is where the Chickasaws settled in Tishomingo. Pretty cool. And then we got Blue Angels. Here in Tishomingo, also not only the capital of the Chickasaw Nation, it's also the home of Blake Shelton. He got his old red bar and grill and store here. Now we're going to go down to the circle. So as you can see, that's about all the water that's flowing over from Pennington Creek, and this goes on down to Lake Texoma, to the Cumberland Pool, where we will finish this trip You remember, saw this, I was catching gar out of here a few months back on a fly rod, but not a lot of flow. And this part here is called the circle. This is the spillway or the little dam at the circle. Go down here and a few miles down, the tin horns are down there, which are underwater, maybe.
At the sea. I see it.
So today we've traveled from the headwaters all the way down to the mouth of Pennington Creek. And here we are at Tishomingo National Wildlife Refuge at the headquarters. This is the boat ramp. That is the Cumberland Pool of Lake Texoma. And this bit of water right through here, that is Pennington Creek. If you can look, you can actually see it flowing through here. So down here, kind of more marshland. I mean, you've seen the grasslands where it starts up on the prairie, all the way down through the granite boulders, down through the dam, through the park, and then finally ends up down here at Tishomingo National Wildlife Refuge.
We need vegetables. Daddy, I need vegetables. Vegetables. Like pasta bread.
There's some ducks. This is the Pennington Creek where it ends. And it doesn't even dump in there. It turns. This is all that is left of Pennington Creek. The drought of 2020. Pray for rain, because the water should be way up here.
2022.
2022. I'll edit that out. The drought of 2022. I'll put that in the bloopers. Well, thanks for watching, and I'm going to try to keep you up to date. I'll try to do another video as the water level comes up or if it goes down. And just try to keep y'all up to date on what's going on with Pennington Creek. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you on the banks.